Good
Good
morning,
morning.
sir.
Yes, welcome you. Today, I will be talking to you about how to prepare your business plan. What exactly is a business plan? Business plan is a document. It gives a detailed outline of how you are going to do business. But why do you prepare a business plan? Can you tell me who is going to read this business plan? Suppose you go to bank to obtain loan. This plan will help you. Suppose you go to an angel investor to get some funding. This plan will help you. Suppose you go to business incubation center to get your business registered there. Again, this plan will help you. So this plan is going to help you whenever you plan to do any organized activity. You want to give a presentation, this will help you. And it is a roadmap for you also. You have written down everything, now you cannot forget. So therefore, all of you should prepare. And you should prepare in your team. Don't prepare alone. Business cannot be done alone. The biggest fault of education system has been that they train you to be individualistic. Throughout your school, throughout your college, you are given individual projects. You have to appear in examination individually. You have to prepare on your own. But that's the biggest mistake. To succeed as an entrepreneur, you have to work in a team. You should know how to get the work done through your team. You have to be a very active participant of the team. You have to act yourself. You have to push others to perfection. If the team is of 4 persons, you have to bring the best out of you. Not only that, you have to bring out the best out of the remaining three. You have to push everybody for best performance. You have to ask everybody to give their best performance. You have to set very high standards of your own performance and expect others to give the best performance. This is nowhere taught in our education system. See, this is one of the biggest blunders that we are making in the education system. People in India know from childhood how to lead a team, how to work in a team. But the schools force them to de-learn all these things. A small child in his home, even in a village area, knows that it will be able to grow if it is able to work with others. And therefore, it will try to cooperate, try to collaborate. What the schools do, they try to force that small child not to collaborate. If the child is writing something, helping his own friends in writing something, they will force, no, you have to write on your own. You will be evaluated only for your own performance. Why can't he be evaluated for performance of his team? Why can't he work in a joint team? Why can't he be evaluated for a group project? Why we cannot succeed as an entrepreneur? Especially the toppers of your class will not become entrepreneur. Those who are the toppers of your class are really outstanding, and that's their mistake, because the school has really crushed, the school education has really crushed those qualities which are very precious qualities. Because they are so disciplined, they are so obedient, they have adopted the school education system in their mind and actions. Many good things have come to them, no doubt. They are very disciplined, very punctual, very hardworking. These are very positive things. But few very good qualities which are very essential for entrepreneurship, they have been wiped out. They were there in them when they were born. They were there in them, which they got from their family, but the school system completely crushed them. So what are those qualities? Quality to work in a team, ability to be creative, to undertake experiments, to be creative, to be innovative. Now, these and many other qualities have been completely wiped out of you. And that's why those of you who are gold medalists may be able to perform as very good clerks in government departments, but not as an entrepreneur, because that's what the school system was designed. The entire schooling system, the entire modern, the so-called modern education system, which was designed by Britishers to create more and more clerks and to destroy amazing Indian talent and to completely destroy amazing Indian entrepreneurship. So you are victim because even after independence, we continued to practice the same education system, and you are also part of the same educational system, the education institutions where you studied. They did not try to bolster your creativity, innovation, experimentation ability, and they did not try to bolster and motivate you for teamwork. They did not evaluate you for your performance in teams. They evaluated you only on your own performance. You're given gold medal only for your own performance, and that's the biggest mistake. Anyway, so when you are preparing your business plan, first thing that you have to do is, the first thing is to organize a good team. A great team is a great beginning. And then pick up a paper and start writing. Start writing your B plan. Plenty of business plan templates are there. You can use those business plan templates, and those templates will help you in presenting your business plan. Can you see it? Yes, I am showing the business plan template. So first heading in business plan template is what? Summary. It will be prepared at the end. Once you prepare your complete business plan, you will present a summary, executive summary. Then what is the business opportunity? The most important thing in business is opportunity. Do you see any opportunity? Today, if you do a business of hotel or tourism, it will be a failure. There is no opportunity today. But if you start a hospital, if you start oxygen plant, if you start a medical equipment plant, if you start sanitary, this sanitation or related business, it will be fine. If you start COVID hospital or anything related to COVID, it will sell like anything today. Or if you start something for this new disease, fungus, then it will work. So first thing is, what is your business opportunity? There should be huge scope for business opportunity, the expectations. Then identify the business problem that you are going to address, what solution you will want to offer, who is your target market, what is your competition, who are your competitors. Then what are your marketing and sales strategies, operation strategies, what will be your milestones, what is the overview of your company, who are the team members, what are your financial plans for next 5 years, right? Balance sheet, profit and loss statement, cash flow statements, right? So these are all examples. So executive opportunity summary, this is the starting point. Then business opportunity. Describe your business opportunity. What are the needs? Why people want to buy your product? What are the problems that you will be solving through your product or services? So you have to write about them. You have to describe your market segment. Is your product going to be useful for everybody? That is mass marketing. Or will your product be targeted towards small market segment? That is market segment. Then competition. Who are your competitors? Then financial projections. Yearly financial projections. What do you expect? What do you expect as revenue? What do you expect as profit? What do you expect as total cost and expenses? Giving complete details of them. So all these things, then you have to, very clearly lay down all these details. Who is your target market? What is your competition? What will be your marketing strategies, financial strategies? What will be your milestones? What will be your company, the team? Who will be the team members? Then financial forecasts. What will be the forecasts? Details of income and expenditure. Then net profit, source of funds, Where from? You will get funds. This is a template where you will write down what will be your revenue, what will be your direct cost, what will be your gross margin, what will be operating expenses, salary, employee-related expenses, and total operating expenses, then operating income, then income interest paid, depreciation, income tax, total expenses, net profit. This is a format. So all of you have to prepare your business plan. All of you have to give your dreams an opportunity to express itself. If you will prepare a proper business plan, it will help you. It will not let you fail. It will help you in going ahead on your journey. So preparing a business plan is a very important document. So all of you have to work very hard to prepare a business plan. So I request you, all of you, organize yourself into a small team, depending upon your own choice. I will not organize. You organize on your own. And start preparing a business plan. Divide the work in your team. Don't do everything on your own. Divide the entire work into your team. Ask some people to prepare marketing strategy. Ask some people to prepare operations strategy. And ask some people to prepare financial strategy. Then sit together, have a brainstorming, discuss each point. Practice true democracy. Democratic practices will help you in preparing better business plan. They will help you a great deal, and therefore practice democratic practices. So then your balance sheet, this is the shape of a balance sheet. Look at it. These are all assets. The top side, all these things are your assets. Should I make it bigger? These are your assets. And then you have liabilities. Is it clear? This is your asset. This is your liability. Where is liability? This is your liability. This is your liability. Accounts payable, income tax payable, sales tax payable, short-term debt, paid in capital, all those things. So how will you start your journey? This is the question. This beginning of the journey is with passion. Form a team. Start making an exercise in your team on Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel will give you the power to undertake proper business planning. Yes, can you see this business? Can you see the Microsoft Excel? So we'll start a new file. Blank workbook. I'll make the fonts bigger so that it is visible to you, everybody. Now we are working on it. Suppose now our two students, Aparajita and Radharani, are discussing about business plan. Now they are thinking, what should they do? If they have to prepare a business plan, they have two options. One is to go for a little bit higher margin and having a less turnover. Another is to have a little bit less margin and to have more turnover. Which is better? Radharani says we should go for, let's say, higher margin, low turnover. So their cost is 100. And they decide to go for higher margin. So they are selling at 200 rupees, right? That is, they are selling at double the profits, right? Now the rotation is less. Rotation is less. So their product sells only once in a month. On the other hand, Aparajita has suggested that cost is 100, let's sell it only at 110 rupees. Very low margin. But rotation is daily. We'll sell the product every day and bring out the best. Now, can you tell me which is better? Which option is better? Let's evaluate here. In this case, the annual profit is every month you are earning 100 rupees. So profit at the end of the 1 year is 12 into 100, 1200. Here we are selling it every day because rotation is fast. Margin is very less. So 10 rupees margin multiplied by 365 days in a year. In a year, you are going to earn higher if you have less margin, but rotation is very fast. Every day you are selling. This is what you get at the end of 1 year. If you look at it for 10 years, the impact will be even more. This kind of exercises you have to do among yourself. That will help you in preparing your business strategy. Which strategy will adopt? What you will do? Whether you will go for mass marketing or marketing to a very small niche. Whether you will focus on reducing the costs or you will focus on value addition, right? Whether your focus is on differentiation of your product with others, or you are going to create a product which is very similar to everybody else, mass marketing product, but you will earn by reducing the cost of your operations so that you are able to sell at a huge volume, and through small savings, through small cost cutting measures, you are able to increase your profits. Which strategy would you like to adopt? So think about your strategy, discuss it with your friends, and then implement it. Now let's have a very small quiz to discuss with you all these concepts. Who will tell me? Who will give me the answers? I want to know who is going to give the answers. Now tell me, what is mass marketing? Who will reply? No one is replying.
Repeat question again.
What is mass marketing? Mass, M-A-S-S, mass marketing. What is mass marketing? None of you is able to answer. So simple. Mass marketing is when you prepare a product which is suitable for everybody. Everybody will buy that product. Therefore, you prepare marketing strategies to target to everyone. For example, salt, Tata ka namak. Now, Tata salt is useful for everybody. So the prices are reasonable prices, not high prices, reasonable prices, low prices. Everybody can buy them. That is called mass marketing. Your advertisements, your social media, your publicity, everything aims at mass marketing. Okay, can you give me the answer of my next question? What is niche marketing? NICHE, niche marketing. Who will reply? Nobody is able to reply. Your class is very poor. Niche marketing is the opposite of mass marketing. In mass marketing, we are targeting every customer. In niche marketing, our target is a small segment of the market. Small segment of the market, and we are trying to focus only on that small market. We are not preparing product for mass market. We are preparing our product exclusively for a small segment of the society. Suppose You have set up an educational institutions targeting the elite class of the society. So what you will do, the school will be having very high infrastructure. You will invest a lot in technology, you'll invest a lot in infrastructure, you will try to bring it to the international standard. So because your fees is also very high, therefore only a small segment of the market is going to come to your school. Because your market segment is very small, this is niche strategy, focusing on a very small market segment. If you prepare a product exclusively for women, for a small segment of women, not all women, working class women, then again it is an example of niche marketing. Niche marketing means you are developing your product, its marketing strategy, its sales strategy, everything focused on a small market segment, not for everybody. So now the class time is over. Anyway, best wishes to all of you. We will continue interactions in our next class.
Thank you, sir.